What are some of the, I guess, general tenets of Art Deco, and then what are enhancers, nuances as well?
Well, enhancers and nuances are, I have to admit, terms which I have invented. I sort of used them when I was doing my doctorate, which was on Bombay's Art Deco architecture. And I found it a very useful way of describing the kind of ornamentation that happens on Art Deco buildings. And I'll explain that to you, but if you want to really break down what Art Deco is, looking at this image, I think the first important thing about Art Deco is the fact that in a place like Bombay, you now have the presence of flat roofs. Okay, this might not seem immediately very obvious, but the fact is that Bombay, given our tropical climate with a lot of rain and the older forms of construction, always had deep sloping roofs. And you can see that in the older buildings in Bombay. Okay, they all have these deep sloping roofs, more reminiscent of the architecture of the Konkan. In fact, here I am in Panvel, and right behind me, if you look further down, you will see villages. And that kind of architecture was the architecture of Bombay, only on multiple floors. And because of RCC, because of the use of cement concrete, you could now create flat roofs like this. Because of cement concrete, now it was very easy to create a building with multiple floors, and you could make buildings kind of rise. And it is this that gives the essential shape of Art Deco. So you have Art Deco, which is in a very kind of boxy kind of manner. However, what gives it its very distinctive appearance is the fact that it is a kind of symmetrical design where one part of the design actually goes beyond the limits of the upper floor and creates a kind of stepped profile. Okay, this profile has been called a ziggurat after the pyramids of Mesopotamia. And of course, this step profile also comes from, I think, the town planning norms of Manhattan, where because you had these high-rise, very tall skyscrapers coming, you found that when you have a building that is very, very tall and almost no sunlight falls on the road in front of it. And so that shouldn't happen. It's a good idea to have sunlight reaching the floor, the ground floor, the road. The laws said that as a building rises, it will be stepped back. And as it rises further, it will be stepped back, thereby giving you this very distinctive profile, which gets imitated in a small way in the Art Deco buildings that come later.
Many tour guides in New York called it the wedding cake style.
The wedding cake style, yes.
Which was born after the equitable buildings started blocking sunlight. Interesting how that became part of the style, even in places where that local zoning law wasn't
applicable. Absolutely. So this then becomes, an aesthetic. It's no longer a functional necessity. But what it really does, it gives you a very distinct appearance for an Art Deco building. Like a central part which goes up, and then you have two symmetrical wings on either side. Very typically, the ground floor is different from the upper floors. The upper floors tend to have much more in common. That is also a fairly practical thing, because in many cases you have, say, shops on the ground floor, whereas homes on the upper floor. Very typical dukan makan aesthetic of Bombay. So that is one thing. In Bombay, when Art Deco comes, it also comes as an adaptation to climate, because Bombay being a very hot and humid place, especially with a lot of rain, you need to have necessary adaptations. They have done away with the sloping roof, but what they do instead is that in the Art Deco buildings, you have these balconies which emerge as protectors of the walls. Okay, and these balconies are cantilevered out, which means they don't have a support. And that is an amazing act of kalakari, if you wish, by the architects of the Art Deco and the engineers of the Art Deco. I think we are far more timid in our times today than what they were to take out a 6-foot cantilever without thinking twice. But that had a very important role to play because it gave you a kind of middle space between inside and outside, which was a wonderful place to be in. It protected the walls from the rains, so you had less leakage. And it gave you a direct connection with the street, so you could communicate with somebody on the street. Most of these buildings never rose above 4 floors. So it was a very, very social kind of architecture that came up. And because it came up in very, very large numbers, it also, and this is what differentiates Art Deco in Bombay from, say, Art Deco in New York, is that it is every man's architecture. It is not the architecture of the elite. Okay, Art Deco buildings come across classes. And because of the RCC, it becomes very easy for even people with lesser means to build something like this. So I have given you a description of Art Deco without talking about decoration at all. Now, if we want to talk about decorations, what we have are what I call superimpositions, which means after what I have told you, then on the surface of the building, you have things which are done, which again give it a distinctiveness. And there are 2 types of superimpositions. Both are ornamental. One I call enhancers. Enhancers are such details which just follow the lines of the building. So if there is a horizontal, then you will have ornament which just follows horizontal lines, making it look even more horizontal. If you have something vertical, you will have designs like, say, a continuous window, which makes it look even more vertical. It creates that sense of rising and so on. Most of these are completely abstract things. They don't represent anything. They're just bands or, such patterns, maybe a little bit of geometry and so on. And because they enhance the building, I call them enhancers. And when it comes to actual figural ornamentation, those are what I call nuancers, because they give nuance to a building that has already been enhanced. And these figural decorations can be murals, they can be sculpture, they can be other forms of representation, like, say, sunbursts or frozen fountains, as they call them. Many other types, even actual figural, distinctive kind of designs, like in the new India Assurance building. I think one of the best examples of nuancers in the city of Bombay